I'll get him a chair.
Dave Andrews on movie set, or
Okay.
I believe he's on a movie set.
Somebody just opened my card.
Welcome, everybody, to Monday, June 5th, Rec Committee meeting. Any disclosure of pecuniary interest? I see none. Okay. Mover, and we'll get the meeting started. Mover and a seconder, Tom and Kathy. And then, yep, I'll do that for you. So, and then we're motion to approve the minutes of the last meeting. Any questions, Tom? Terry? Perfect. Fast. Okay, awesome. So first thing on the agenda is the bottle drive update.
So we collected bottles yesterday, and Wolf Lake came in at 373.70. And Bear Creek came in at 370.70.
Yay for us.
You win.
Wow.
So Wolf Lake was 2 months, and Sunset Cove, Bear Creek was 1 month.
No comment.
Camping season.
So to date for 2023, we're at 2,135.90 for 2023.
That's awesome. Any comments, any questions, any thoughts?
That's almost 2 benches.
Yeah, exactly. We're working on it. Okay, nothing for that one. Next is trivia update. Kristen.
Okay, so the feedback, so trivia went really, really well, despite my nerves. Thought I was gonna get sick there for a little bit, but it worked out really, really well. Feedback we've gotten is, when are you having another one? So I don't have a date for that yet, but maybe in the near future, we will, we'll do another one. Did anyone else hear anything in regards to trivia?
I was there. It was a ton of fun. And I learned stuff I never knew. So it was a lot of fun. And people were automatically commenting, when is the next one? When's the next one? When can we do it? So it'll be fun.
So I believe there was 8 teams.
Yeah.
And we did a quick calculation while it was set up, and we wouldn't go any more than 10 teams probably. 2 more tables, because everybody was still able to talk amongst their groups. So,
And it made it nice because there was fair space in between everybody, so like I could walk around. I mean, I did have a microphone, but I could walk around and.
Be more social.
Yeah, so that really helped, but yeah, I don't think we'd go more than 10.
no. And the DJ was a really big hit. He played music in between each one, but he kind of did that music that made you think, and he's actually already working on stuff for the next one, so.
Yeah.
Like he said, he had a good time. He was having a good and saying hello. So he said he had a great time. That's awesome. Oh, we can't wait to put in another team for next time. I think we should put in a rec committee team. That would be fun.
I don't know how much to
Trust me. Trivia is not my thing, but I played. Awesome. Nothing else on that. We'll move on to Bat Box update, and James isn't here.
So that boxes was held on May 27th at the museum. We had 8 out of 11 registered that attended. I believe we collected $130.
Yeah.
So we do have all the spare bat boxes and bird boxes at the rink shack. So James would like to know if we're looking to sell them off, or if we want to try doing another bat box build day, or what the committee wants to think about and do with them.
Any thoughts?
How many are left over?
I would like to say probably 12 to 15, if I had to guess, because I believe we had started with 20.
I know one time you talked about putting them together or selling them at the museum.
Yep, that was one thought he had, or somebody else had. But it's up to the rec. Or if they want to try holding another one, another day.
Well, fun part might also be, even if we were put them together and when we do the trunk sale. They might go there too, right? I'll tell you, we went, it was a good, it was fun, it was interesting, right? It was that whole piece. James and Dee did a great job, kept the kids going and the painting and stuff like that, so it was good.
And I wasn't there because I thought the museum wasn't opening because they didn't have staff. So I sat at the island with my batteries charged and new heads for my drill. And then James called 2 days after and said, missed it in the back box. And I went, oh boy. And originally, I think we had talked about 30 kids possibly with the birdhouses and that.
Yeah, we weren't 100% sure, and then we had
Yeah.
11 registered, and then there was quite a few that were interested, and
So
it's okay.
kudos to James. He indeed did a great job, I hear.
It
And
was.
everybody got their back boxes and wanted one. So good for them. And again, next time.
I liked the birdhouses too, the birdhouses were cute and they were fun. So they had
Yes.
little birdhouses.
My
so they
wife
were
even
fun.
had fun painting one.
Yep. She had a challenge.
If there's room to keep it, what if we do it again next spring?
Yeah. We could do that.
Instead of doing it later in the year, like there's already lots of stuff going on. We could just wait and do it again in the spring. Maybe more people will have an idea if we're doing it again. Maybe a bigger turnout.
Okay.
And the other thing, there's no bats in the winter. so
Exactly. We don't need them right now, right?
Just bats. Are
Yeah,
going,
they can just go in the storage shed. So we have the room.
give the room, I think that'd be a great idea.
What do you think? Let's save them and put them in
Mhm.
storage?
Yep.
Awesome. Okay. Awesome. Next on the list is teen dance update.
So Sherilyn wasn't here last week, but we talked a little bit and I have a little bit more. I've already mentioned it to her. One of my best friends has a little bit of a kick with doing DJ stuff. So he has like lights and the DJ board and like all that stuff. And instead of doing just a playlist where somebody has to be there and make sure then nothing goes wrong or gets messed with, I was wondering if it would be something we could ask if he wanted to come. Like I mentioned it to him and he's called me like 3 times, like, have you found out if I can do it yet? Have you guys asked? Like, he's super excited. So if it's something we'd be interested in doing, having a DJ, he would come. And like I said, he has lights and all that stuff already too. Like if there's speakers here, he could, but he does have his own. And he's a paramedic, so he's kind of handy to have around if anything goes wrong. He didn't say, like he lives in Perry Sound, so even if we gave him $50 just to pay for his gas, like he would be more than happy with that.
So we're looking at teen dances.
July,
July 21st.
there's a flyer in your package.
Yes, which she did an awesome job with, snazzy.
So thoughts around that, as a group? We find out exactly what he's looking for?
Yes.
And then go from there?
Yep.
We'd
It
have to,
sounds fair.
yeah,
I think so.
yeah, because we'd have to make a decision.
Whatever, like, we can even give him a price and he'd say yes, like, it's whatever we feel is fair, right? I'm not gonna say personally a number, it's one of my friends, so you guys can decide, but I don't think it needs to be much.
You're not gonna drive here under $100.
Yeah, right. It's not a long way, and gas is expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
What did we have budgeted for, Will? Or have?
So we haven't, so it'd be coming out of the bottle drive fund. So I would say you'd probably be safe between the 150 to 250 mark. Would probably be a reasonable, that's just throwing it out, you guys can.
is
'Cause
that
you'll-
for the whole event though?
No, for like for a DJ or
he would
whatever.
not need that much, $100 and he would be beyond.
I think I did rough calculations. I figure you're probably 300 to 400 in total for the event. And then you'd probably bring some revenue in with chips or pop or whatever. So I think you'd be fair on that. Again, it's up to the board for sure, but
I wouldn't even, like, to me, 200 sounds totally doable and reasonable.
Yes, me too.
And that's more than just your gas mileage, you're
Right.
acknowledging his presence as well. so.
I will, yeah. He's gonna be super excited.
Awesome. That will help.
Yeah. He's a very lively, he'll get the kids going. He's like, but I'm just not playing straight country music. I'm like, you don't have to play only country music. It's a dance. You can have fun with it. There will be country, I'm sure requested, but we can deal with that.
What's his name?
Tyler DeLonis, I can't, yeah. I'll email
Just
him
so
and
we're
tell
not
him.
referring to, Lawrence, hey.
Tyler is his
Tyler.
name. His girlfriend also offered to come and help chaperone because he'll be here, so I will have a few people and I've convinced Ryan into coming, so I've got some help to watch.
and is this a private thing or does he have a company or? does
It's
it-
just his own.
Just a whole.
Yeah,
Okay. Just sometimes we advertise but if it's just a hobby.
it's just a hobby that he likes to do for all of us. He does Cohen's birthday and everything every year and that was it.
So Kristen did a template of the flyer. If anybody has any suggestions or anything, so what we're looking to do is we're looking to get something out in the next week to a week and a half to the school before the end of the school year. And start advertising this one next. Canada Day and this one are next two big to advertise, so.
And I think it's perfect with a food bank donation, to get them in the door.
I always thought that.
I like it. And we have the money.
And it makes it seem easier for parents. It's not like you have to worry about sending them with money. There's something out of the cupboard, right? Don't have to worry about having cash on you.
I like the flyer.
I do too. That's awesome.
So everybody's good with that? Time, date?
Yeah.
One other thing I thought maybe for the canteen would be like glow sticks or something fun for the kids, maybe for the dance.
Dollarama.
Yeah.
How
Hang
many,
on, just hang on a second. How
Or
many glow
Dollar
sticks
Tree.
do we have? They're even better.
how many glow sticks do we have left?
Yeah.
So I donated glow sticks to the movie night last year and I have some left over. So I'll donate them to
And
that.
we have some for Canada Day too. So any leftover from Canada Day, we could bring as well.
Okay.
And we can move them forward to Canada Day as well if there's any left.
Yeah.
Perfect. Kids love glow sticks. They're
Yeah.
fun.
Now, do you want that on the flyer or they're just?
No.
Okay,
But
perfect,
We're just gonna give them out, right?
yeah, we can.
perfect.
At the door, there's you proven you've paid. Could be like
Oh, there
your
you go.
stamp.
How's that? Yeah, sorry. So just really quickly, there's a flyer making its way around and we've kind of started some movies that we might be interested in because that's next on our agenda. Is a park update and we need to, before we leave today, pick a movie for movie night. So I had some thoughts. So we're trying to keep it. What's that? I know. Yeah.
Super Mario Brothers is really good. And it's very kid friendly and adult friendly. Like Jack Black is in it and
Yeah, so I want, yeah. And that seems to be the one that seems to be coming up and Super Mario Brothers is available, right?
or Lyle Crocodile. It sounds funny, but it's actually pretty cute.
Everybody I've talked to, those two came up, Lyle Crocodile and Super Mario Brothers. Those are the number, and then we talked about Sing 2 and the kids. But do we want to do two musicals 2 years in a row? A musical 2 years in a row, right? That might be one of the concerns. Other on the agenda would be Luca. That's starred in there. Mermaid. Elemental looked kind of cool. So Elemental was that whole piece between water and the elements and getting along and how to, and creating like in another world and another being comes to Earth and teaches them how to get along. It could be a little too much for the younger kids.
Mermaids had bad reviews.
Mermaids had bad reviews, so let's take it off. And I think Spider-Man will be too old, correct?
Which Spider-Man is it, sorry?
The newest.
It's
coming out in
advanced,
22.
it's very sci-fi and like they're in a different dimension and it's hard to follow for younger kids.
How about Guardians of the Galaxy?
No,
No,
Okay.
no, that's, no.
The little
Animals
of-
get killed.
Okay.
I talked to somebody that saw it on the weekend. They said they cried through the whole thing.
Oh,
okay.
Because of the raccoon.
Yeah.
oh, no, no, Rocket.
Yep.
No,
The raccoon
no, I'm
gets it.
scared.
So Sonic 2, no, yes, no.
It's been out for a while. I think you're better with the Mario Brothers probably would be your biggest hit.
It was the biggest box office of all. of them.
It's like, it's awesome. I went and seen it in the theater and it's really good. Was- I went with my child. I didn't go by myself. I have a 6-year-old.
Come on.
We took his friend. It wasn't just a mom outing.
So yeah, Super Mario will be available at the end of June, so we'll be good with Super Mario.
So it's between two, let's be honest. It'll be between Super Mario and Lyle Crocodile.
I vote Super Mario.
Yeah.
Super Mario?
Okay,
That was the easiest thing we've ever done.
now, is everybody okay if Kristen and I work on the flyer? We just like to get this out next week, so we just, okay.
Excellent job so far.
Yeah.
It's pretty, we don't have to do much, so we will just open the doors. They come and set all the movie stuff up, screens, they do everything. So we can do a little bit of advertising, so we'll, hopefully this year I'll have the time to actually physically get the USB drive to them. We had a little incident last year where we had a fire call, but I'll make sure I have 2, so Kristen can have one too. So we have some advertising this year. And we'll open the canteen with all the leftover and we'll just move everything along these ends.
Awesome.
Okay, perfect.
Sorry, before we go, so I'm hoping to add that flyer to, so the end goal is to try to get as many over to the school as I can before they're out of school.
Mhm.
So do you want to see it before I send it, or could you just trust me to send it?
I trust you.
Yeah, okay, because I'll just get that on and then it'll be.
Almost make like I wonder if a brochure or something would be easier to like, where you could have like different, or do you want full pages?
Oh, no, I'll do full.
Yeah.
I make them out there.
So they can't miss it.
That's right.
I just know I've been to a few places and they actually have them on the fridges and they flip them or so there's
Yeah.
always. So other park updates, so the garbage can recycling bins are there, the signs all went up today. We're gonna monitor them, hopefully between Public Works and us, anybody around, we're hoping nobody's gonna abuse them. If we do, we'll put out a social media post and then they'll be removed. So. The porta johns are at Wolf Lake Beach, Lynx Beach and the park, and they'll be there until September 1st. And then the movie. That's it for park update.
Awesome. Next on the agenda is Canada Day.
Canada Day, excellent. So Chris and I have done a few things. You can see the flyer, Kristen, all the credit to Kristen again. So if you want to review that and see if you have any suggestions. Even though there is a fire band on, we have ordered the fireworks. We're hopeful, so we will have the fireworks here. If for some reason we can't use them, we'll store them and use them somewhere else. We'll either do it maybe the movie after the movies, or I believe that's what we did last time. I think we did it after the movies or after one of the events. We're ordering the cake. I think the cake we've done every year seems to work out really well.
What do you need for volunteers for?
Well, last year we had some kids activities out, but there was nobody really there directing or anything, so they weren't really utilized. Not sure if you guys are in for staging some activities for the kids or how, or do we just lay them out again?
I'm unfortunately not available that day. That's my son's birthday party, so I'm.
They didn't seem really interested last year.
Yeah, we just laid them out last year,
Yeah.
right? So,
Yeah.
It was hard because the park was in, right? Like we had just got in the park and
Yeah.
everyone was like, park, park, park. So they were really,
Could we still leave us 2 soccer nets out for them? At least leave a set, at least one set out.
yeah,
for
so
them.
one of the suggestions about the soccer nets, I know it's not on here, but we're at the end of the season, we're gonna put them all away except for 2. Knock on wood, and everybody's been good, nobody's abused them or destroyed them, so we're gonna try leaving them out and hopefully,
Anything to promote the kids getting out and using the
Yeah.
park, right? If there's stuff there.
That's a good idea.
so that was just one of the suggestions from, I believe, Andrew or James, so.
Which of
Canada
the,
Day starts at 4,
yes.
Mhm.
long day.
Yeah,
So-
it's too early.
I based that off of last year. That's when it did start. So,
Right.
I mean, if we want it changed,
If you're planning on doing fireworks, though, you don't want people there at 10 in the morning. They won't be there for fireworks. They're not gonna
But
stay
even when
there.
they come at 4, it's still fireworks, it was almost 10 o'clock.
9:30, quarter to
Yeah.
10,
Yeah.
so you
So
think
there's
maybe like
6
6?
hours.
I say 6, then people have a chance to eat or whatever before coming, if you're not gonna be having hot dogs and stuff.
Yeah, because all we have is cake. Yeah, I think that's a good idea, 6 is.
Yeah.
Now, we do have a DJ coming.
And that'll be 3 hours with George, with the DJ, at least 3 hours.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah,
Okay, so 6 to dusk.
okay.
Okay, perfect.
We'll get the soccer nets out there, we'll get some soccer balls out there. And then I'll make sure I'm there. You'll probably be
I'll
there.
be there.
Okay,
I'll be there for a little bit.
okay.
It's my anniversary, so.
Your what's right?
My anniversary that day.
Feel really bad, it's Tom's birthday.
Come down and watch the fireworks show.
And
I have perfect seating to watch fireworks.
I have 40 people coming for Cohen's
Okay,
birthday.
so we'll definitely be there for sure, and we can entertain people, like keep
Yeah,
them
it-
organized.
It hasn't been an issue.
And I'm sure we'll have other counselors that'll be more than welcome, more than happy to come and touch base.
Still,
Excellent.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. Chapman's Landing Dock.
Okay, so we've had a couple requests about a porta john and garbage cans down on Chapman's Landing. So this is something just to think about. So it'll have to go on due next year because there'll have to be some planning. The biggest issue we have down there right now is the parking. So we're working on that. We'd have to find somewhere for the porta john and garbage cans. And it'll have to be budgeted or some revenue stream. So it's something to put on the docket if you want to think about it for next year. But we are working on parking right now and we'll see if we can integrate a spot for a porta john. Because it'll have to be away from the water as well, so.
Plus not too close for this. This fall.
So,
Definitely in the garbage can, definitely. We go down there and we're constantly picking garbage up, constant.
Is there a way to put a garbage can in this year?
Just tie it to one of
Do
the
you have any
posts, chain
answers?
it to one of the posts.
yeah, we can
maybe.
just do the same. We took the other garbage cans out of bottle revenue, so we can just go get 2 more.
And
That would
keep
help.
that
If they have somewhere, they're not as likely to just,
Well, and that's the thing, because there was one down there before. I don't know who put it there, but there was one there.
It was the same as the township ran, but it was abused again and had to be pulled. So I believe, memory serves me correct, I could be wrong, but I believe it was a mattress left leaning against the garbage can, so.
and like you say, they tried garbage cans at Wade's Landing
Mhm.
and everybody just brought all their garbage. There was a mountain of it.
Which
Yeah.
is-
we
And
could
there was nobody there to.
post on the
Yeah.
garbage can, like, garbage from while you're here? Do not.
So what we
drop
did
off, like-
was, I meant to print this off and I apologize.
It's a challenge, like
It's been a busy day.
you see at the store where they literally grab everything out of their car
Yeah, exactly.
and dump it into the garbage because they have no place to put it, right?
And our public works fortunately doesn't have the extra time to just, oh, there's a pile of stuff that needs to go and get picked up, right? So,
So this is just an
Can't.
example of.
They don't have
Oh,
time,
perfect.
no,
We don't
You
do
just pass it
garbage
around.
pickup.
no.
We'll pick it up. We don't mind picking.
That's
it's
awesome.
gross, right? Like, we'll
Yeah.
pick it up, but
Oh,
yeah, it's sad that they do that.
It is.
They're gonna. mess it up.
So do we try it and hope it doesn't get abused? Can we put a sign up that says?
Well, I'm just
abuse
passing
means a
around.
Don't forget.
So we have a sign
didn't want to
above
throw it, it's
the
not
4
mine.
other ones we have out.
If abused, will be removed.
And we'll try the social media post and hope for the best.
So you just take 2 more out of the bottle, drive money.
Yeah, we'll just do the same. We painted garbage and recycling on them. And then on the top, we put garbage and recycling and we cut holes on the top. So. And then for the porta john, we will work on it, but
Another thing, what about fixing the dock? Like there's certain,
so
obviously not this year.
so the main dock, we have 5 to 7 years. The little dock is being replaced probably, hopefully in July. So we have it coming. Public Works is going to assist, but their road projects are until the end of June.
Yes.
It's scheduled to be on the docket for July. Because we have to rip out the old one, then the new one is actually a floating dock,
Oh, okay.
but it stays in year round.
With a ladder.
There'll be ladders on both sides. And again, so that dock there was actually never part of the dock.
No,
So it was added on and now the committee and council has agreed to replace it, but it was an add-on. And
yeah,
same with the
'cause it wasn't
ladders.
there before.
The ladders will be replaced, but again, if they get abused or like the other one at the far end
Mhm.
got ripped off. So,
Yeah, I know Travis made a little makeshift one last year. because
Yeah.
We're down there all the time, right?
yeah, so hopefully July, subject to change on public works
Absolutely.
schedule, but, because we need the excavator and some knowledge to pull it out.
For sure. Okay.
So then how about we do a motion to purchase 2 garbage cans out of the ball drive money?
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Mover and a seconder, Terry and Lauren,
In favor?
all in favor? Thank you.
And we'll get another sign on order to go on top.
Awesome. Okay. Next on the agenda, Heritage Park sign.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, okay.
Before we get into that. So soccer isn't on here, so I do apologize. I just wanted you all to see, before we keep going, when I just put up this flyer, just as like a little bit of a reminder for soccer, the soccer party. And then we'll just kind of put that out, you know, everyone who has registered for soccer, just kind of
Okay, yeah.
make note.
Can I touch on just a couple things just for next year? Can we get last names on the papers? Because it was kind of confusing again, only because we didn't know who all was coaching what teams and anything that evening. So when we all got there, we all kind of just hung around and waited. And it would have been easier if there was certain last names, just because it was like, there was just one letter. So then we like, just because I know I was a coach, so I was trying to find the kids and we couldn't find them properly. So if the first and last name could go on, it'd be awesome. Is there a sign that says where, or has it been addressed where people are supposed to go if there's a medical emergency? Because I didn't hear Andrew mention anything. Like if somebody falls and breaks their arm when they're playing, where,
So 9 times out of 10, fire chief is there
Okay.
and
I'm just saying, so like maybe we should make it a general, hey, here's your meeting point, just in case, because like they're all kids. All the kids that are volunteering, right? It would be very scary for them. They're not gonna, initial shock, like, oh my God, where do we go? What do we do?
You make a valid point. We're just lucky in the park. We're so close. that
Yeah,
we're gonna hear them.
absolutely, like,
gonna
you're
hear
gonna
them,
hear the
But
scream,
yeah,
but they don't know, like, even if it is meet at the tent that's outside of the canteen or something, I just feel we should maybe mention if there's a first aid kit, if somebody, like, where they go to seek help, if, so to speak, needed.
So maybe we just need a first aid sign at the tent.
Absolutely,
And so they could
yeah,
go.
we could just get one made and have it for all events.
perfect, that would be,
And a rink shack,
yeah.
Yeah, one of the
if you
two.
have it at the shack. Sometimes you're not gonna have a tent.
Yeah.
What is the chances of like a megaphone or something for when they're trying to do announcements
We have
like
one.
that? Oh, do we? Well, that would have been really handy.
Nobody's ever asked them for one.
Well,
Apparently you.
I am not having a problem being heard. They heard
Yeah, just
me.
saying.
It was Andrew that they couldn't hear. And I was gonna re-say what he said, but I didn't want to just step in and do
Yeah,
that, so.
apparently numerous of people have said that you'd be good for that.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I don't need the megaphone. I'm fine with that and I am aware of that.
Okay, and we're
Um,
good there.
the only other suggestion is maybe if we could find a kid to be on the flyer.
He's cute. You did a good job. I don't mind looking at him.
Throwing that out there, but I don't get a say, so.
Maybe very mature.
He's in the last stage category.
He's fine.
Facial hair and all.
There we go.
okay, I'll replace him, okay?
We found one flaw out of all your flyers.
There we go. All right.
Fire chief told him he should put on a jersey.
There we
Oh,
go.
yeah.
You could be away every Thursday too.
We need a mascot for Sour.
We need them there.
We're
We need
glad
them.
there.
Yeah.
All right, let's go back to Heritage Park sign. Update on that?
When we first started soccer, I just noticed that the Heritage Park sign needed some work. Either we need a new sign or we need to update the sign. Will is gonna pass something around.
So we have already designed a sign for all the buildings. So as they're being replaced, we're gonna try to standardize the whole township. So this would actually be the one for the park.
I like that.
So what we can do is, for the next meeting, I can have the price for the sign, because our pricing is probably out. And we would replace it with new 6x6 posts.
Is there any way, or is there any money out of the bottle drive money that would pay for that?
It could be used, yep.
Yes.
Yeah, we can get, I'll get the pricing and stuff for the next meeting.
That'd be perfect, and it'll look much better.
Much better, much.
And I think we go back to that piece where I think we need to just make sure we're letting people know where we're putting that bottle drive money and what it's going to help them, right?
They'll see that. It's right there, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. And I think last thing on the agenda is information boards.
So when we first started the rec committee, when I first joined the rec committee, we had talked about having information boards at each beach, just to post these posters, put the posters in, any information about what's happening in Nipissing, or, you know,
That's a
in
great
between
idea.
two plexiglasses, 4x4 posts. We had talked about that. So I was just wondering, do we still want to go ahead with that, or?
Seems like a good way to advertise.
Would it be better at the beach or at the Heritage Park?
I was thinking all three.
Okay,
Yeah.
So if I could add
Yeah.
one step further, I think we should look at the whole township and maybe even post at the landfills.
Mhm.
Have one at the landfills at the recycling bins.
Yeah.
so 2 posts, 2 plexiglass and sandwich it in between, that
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
And five.
Why don't you look at that for,
Yep, give me, yeah,
because I know
Let me
the
see what you can find.
landfills are they're the biggest hit in the township.
Right.
and I think it would benefit the whole municipality, like rec and the whole municipality, because
Yeah,
we could post
absolutely.
anything for any department or any public notice, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me get some pricing and some ideas.
My other thought too was, take a book, leave a book,
So the museum is doing that.
okay?
So they're looking at 3 locations. I believe the museum or the township office. And I can't remember off the top of my head the other locations, but they are looking at that.
Yeah, okay.
And they're gonna get them from,
I believe Counselor Kirky.
Yeah.
And Counselor Yem were gonna build them.
Okay.
Because we had some material left over from a donation. And I have some small materials left over from projects that we did for our training facility or township stuff. So we believe we have enough material to build it.
So that'd be fun. You see a lot of that. And I'm in a lot of hotels, and now the hotels more often than not are
Yeah.
putting those in the
I noticed that too.
lobbies.
Yeah.
And take one, leave one. That's kind of neat. I think it's great. Commander Community Center update.
As you know, we had our yard sale on May 20th. Will and a couple of his volunteer firefighters came out with the barbecue. And
Wasn't me.
Mhm.
Can't take any credit for that.
I heard you were there and
I
had to
was-
leave for an emergency.
I was there for about 2 minutes and had to leave, but it was the firefighters.
Anyway, everything was set up for a wonderful day, and then, well, you all were around. The skies open, the yard sale closed. It was a complete, total wipeout. So in September, when we coordinate together with a joint yard sale, let's hope that the weather is a little more cooperative.
Yeah.
So that was kind of sad, but Will and his gang are much appreciated for their efforts.
So September 23rd, we're doing the trunk sale. Is Amanda looking at something the same?
Well, we were waiting for your date so that we
Yeah.
could coordinate.
It's on your,
September 23rd.
yeah, it's on your flyer update there.
Good stuff. The AGM is going to be happening on Wednesday, the 13th of June, where we will have elections for our directors and officers. So I imagine there'll be some turnover. There are some people who will be leaving and others who are interested in joining, so we'll get a slightly fresh crew. So the summer beckons. The activity level at the community center sort of recedes a bit, and we're picking up again with, there's some talk about doing a karaoke night in August. But beyond that, probably the next thing will be the fall dance, which will be in September, and then the yard sale.
That concludes today. Motion to adjourn. Tom, Terry. All in favor?
Sure, just one thing. If anybody has anything they'd like to see on the agenda, if you could let Kristen and I know, at least 2 weeks before the meeting, we'll do our best to get it put on. So a text, email would be excellent.
Another thing too, if you are the lead on any of these events coming up, the more information I have, the sooner I have, faster the flyer gets done, longer we can advertise. So if you can get it to me sooner than later, that would be lovely.
Well, good.